I just got off of a conference call with some of Carnival Cruise Line's chief executives, and they gave me the inside scoop on a brand new class of cruise ships on the near-term horizon for Carnival Cruise Line, said to be as big as the Oasis class. And while that should be exciting, there's one or two things that give me a lot of pause for these new Carnival ships. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. It's your Captain Corey. Now, we've got new cruise ships to talk about coming from Carnival Cruise Line, and this is some exciting stuff, y'all. There is a brand new class of ships that Carnival's top brass that I just spoke to on a webinar. They revealed a bunch of new details, new information about these ships, and I'm going to share all of that with you in the next 5 or 7 minutes. But also, I'm going to share with you two major Achilles heels that these new Ace class of ships may potentially present for cruise passengers moving forward. Internally, this is being called Project Ace by Carnival Cruise Line. And the last time Carnival Cruise Line had an internal project, it was called Project Excel. And we all know what happened to those ships, don't we? Matter of fact, I got the bottle opener from those ships. Yeah, of course, Carnival's Excel class, the Mardi Gras Celebration Jubilee, those ships eventually came to fruition and the namesake stuck for the class. So this is very likely going to be the namesake for the new class of ships from Carnival Cruise Line. Now, 3 ships have been ordered. They are being built. They're getting ready. The very first ship in the Ace class is set to launch in 2029, with 2 additional ships following up in 2031 and 2033. Now, we're not sure if there will only end up being 3 ships in this class, or if potentially, like the Excel class, we're going to end up with 4 to 5 ships, which is how the Excel class is going to shake out, with 2 new ships coming for that class in 27 and 2028. Now, these ships are going to be pretty darn big. If you've ever been on or in port with an Oasis class ship from Royal Caribbean, so Oasis, Symphony, Harmony, Wonder of the Seas, Utopia, these type of ships, these are massive. And Ace class ships are said to be somewhere in the size of 20% larger than the current Excel class. So we're talking about 230,000 gross ton ships for Carnival Cruise Line, which essentially matches what an Oasis class ship would be in size or weight. What doesn't match, and is the first red flag for me for the Ace class, is the amount of cabins and the passenger carrying capacity that Ace class has versus Oasis class. This is going to get confusing. While an Oasis class ship will typically carry about 6,700 guests at double occupancy and have 2,800 rooms, the Ace class ships, the new class of ships from Carnival, is said to carry 3,000 rooms, so more cabins, as well as 8,000 passengers, which puts the ratio of passengers to space on board the ship at the lowest level, basically, in the cruise industry, a ratio of 29. These ships have the potential to feel extremely cramped if they're fully sold out when you're sailing on them. But here's the deal. Critics also said this same thing about the Excel class. Oh, the ratio of passengers to space on board is not good. But if you've sailed on an Excel class ship, even a busy one, and I've been on the busiest, I can tell you, you never really feel 6,000 people all at once on these cruise ships. So hopefully Carnival has learned a thing or two from the Excel class and has maybe snuck on board maybe Icon of the Seas or one of these Oasis class ships from Royal Caribbean and taken some cues from that as well. But what you got to realize here is the architecture work, the design, the development. Yes, Carnival is very closely involved with this, but actually the shipyard that will do the work on these ships is going to provide a ton of resources in this case. And for these ships, they're going to be designed and built in Fincantieri or Fincantieri. And this could be really good because they could pull a lot of inspiration from what is called Project Millie. This is the project that Virgin Voyages cruise ships are made from. the Norwegian Prima class ships are made from, as well as the Sphere class of ships from Princess Cruise Line, which, surprise, surprise, is part of the Carnival Corporation. There is a problem, though, with Fincantieri, and that is something that I think more people on the internet need to be talking about as it relates to the new Ace class of ships. And that problem is Fincantieri designed the worst and least reliable cruise ships that Carnival ever had. We're talking, of course, about the Vista class. Now, if you don't know the saga of the Vista class, they are essentially known for always breaking down, having propulsion issues. And it's not just the Vista class. Other ships that have come out of this shipyard in more recent years have also suffered propulsion issues. I remember about a year or so ago, I reported on Virgin Voyages having propulsion issues with one of their ships. Now, at the time, they were testing alternative fuel sources, so that could have been the reason for this, but it also didn't surprise me at all knowing the shipyard that they came out of. Now, of course, we are a decade beyond this ship design, but this is yet another thing that I think gives me cause for concern about this new class of ship from Carnival. Of course, with Carnival ships, they are known for bringing fun and exciting new innovations to their cruise ships for you, the Carnival cruise passenger, the Carney, whatever you want to call yourself, the VIFPs, I believe, is what I'm supposed to call you. So my VIFPs, I will tell you that there are going to be some new, innovative, never before seen features on this Ace class of ships. I cannot share with you what those are, but just know you're going to be very excited when you see them. Remember, the last class of cruise ships from Carnival, Excel, brought with them Bolt, the roller coaster at sea. And while Carnival is now not the only cruise line offering roller coasters at sea, you better believe they are going to be working pretty hard to stay ahead of the curve for your cruise dollar. So this is going to be a very interesting development. I'm thinking about a year or so from now, you're going to start seeing more and more reveals as to exactly what's going to be on these cruise ships. I can't wait to share some of those things with you. And if you have some ideas, or maybe you're in the know about some things, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section below. I love a little hot gossip. And speaking of hot gossip, I got a little bit more for you in my review of a super affordable Carnival cruise that I took out of Tampa. I'd love for you to join me over in that video. We'll see you there.